Welcome back, folks. I'm Anne-Marie Murrell, filling in for Rick Amato. We're back with our grassroots citizen panel, Ernie White with Citizens Against Agenda 21, Doug Sain, executive producer of 2016 Obama's America, and of course, Mychal. I want to, before we get going, I want to ask you again, one more thing about Obamacare.
Okay.
With so many people in Arizona, one hospital had to close because of so many illegals that were on dialysis. What's the solution? What do you think, as a Democrat, what is the solution? How do we fix this? How do we prepare? Because there seems to be no preparation to even get us ready to conquer this.
Right. Well, I think it's one step at a time. You know, I mean, I don't think the expectations when Obamacare came about that it was going to, you know, be implemented from day one and then, hey, it's, you know, the greatest thing that's ever happened. I think, you know, everyone kind of anticipated the glitches along the way. Unfortunately, they're detractors and, you know, they've been able to seize the opportunity regarding the glitches in Obamacare.
3 years in the making? Didn't happen overnight.
All right. Well, we've got to move on. We're going to talk about the NSA. They were caught. It was once again, Edward Snowden has told us what we were supposed to already know, I guess, that the NSA spied at the G20 summit. Well, Barack Obama himself was there, and supposedly there was no threat of al-Qaeda terrorism. Why in the world, Ernie? Why in the world was this necessary? Do we need to keep doing this? Well, what is this for?
I think the American people are not going to stand up for their rights, so they're not fighting against this. You just heard in Las Vegas, they now can hear everything you say with their new intelligent street lights. When I came here, I was watched by video cameras all the way from my house, all the way here, and I'm on camera right now. But again, the government's watching that. They're watching your Facebook. They're watching everything that you do. They're basically watching everything. And so no one's stopping them. Nobody's saying anything about it. And where are the citizens? And where are the men in this country? Where are the men to stand up again? We've been feminized. We're not doing anything about it. We're not standing up for our rights. We're not fighting. It's time for the men to start stepping up. All you women are doing all the fighting. Where are the men? Where are the men?
Hello.
Where are the men at?
How long have I been saying that? Doug saying.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
Well, I'm telling you the truth.
Thank you.
I'm telling you the truth. You're
You're
going to lose this nation. You've already lost it. It's 95% gone. And I'm telling you, you've got no rights right now.
Well, speaking of rights, another thing, Doug, I want to ask you. Another thing that has come out with the NSA is that they were actually spying. It was 6 Muslim men. They were watching their online porn habits to try to discredit them.
Well, I don't know if they were searching for 90 virgins, but...
Well, I know. But, I mean, is this a slippery slope? Is this necessary? Is it going to help us? Is it going to hurt? What is this?
Well, you know, as I understood it, the intent was to delegitimize these people for saying one thing and doing another, and certainly. So
we're going to hurt them by showing hypocrisy?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. You know, the U.S. is going to go into Pakistan and say, "Hey, your leader has been watching porn. Believe us over him." That just probably isn't going to go too far. And frankly, I think what's more endemic is as Mychal was saying, or excuse me, Ernie was saying. What's the slippery slope back into what they're doing here in the United States? And why aren't we standing up for that?
What do you think about this, Mychal?
Okay, first of all, regarding porn and the targeted Muslims, I think there are things that we don't know about. For example, Osama bin Laden, when he was caught and killed, he had a whole library of porn, okay? So, I mean, I think there's something that's going on, you know, down below that we just don't know. Number 2 is the G20 summit. I think our security in the CIA and the DEA, whatever, every agency possible, they predict that the next attack is going to be a lone wolf. So, you know, there could have been a lone wolf at the G20 summit. And the NSA has a right to protect. You know,
yeah, and that isn't what they were doing.
And nowadays, I know, but you know what though? You have
20 members, not.
You know, Ernie's talking about. Okay, but wait, Ernie's talking about we lost this country. Okay, there is no reasonable expectation of privacy when you're dealing with phone calls, when you're dealing with the internet, okay? It's called the third-party doctrine.
Of privacy when I walk out and just take my garbage out to not have
Ernie, you believe in Miranda rights, right?
Yeah, but you know what, though? I'm an attorney, too, and I think, you know, if you're going to bring up your rights, you're going to talk about right to bear arms, okay? I don't see a militia staying out your house right now, you know?
Let's just have the cops just go in right now and go into all of our houses without a warrant, because guess what? It would make us all a lot safer.
That's being very extreme,
No,
Ernie.
it would make us all a lot safer if they did that, because if you could save one life by having all of our Miranda rights gone.
You know what? I'll tell you. I
wasn't a judge needing to approve a wiretap.
Depends. That totally depends. Yeah.
No?
Yeah. No, it depends.
A judge doesn't need.
Okay, so there. Well, no. So let's go back. But let's go back in terms of, you know, what's enabled the NSA. Okay, you have the 1917 Espionage Act. You have which is way before our times. Okay, I hope. Wait, but you have the Patriot Act from 2001. Okay, you have like the Computer Fraud Abuse Act. So there's different acts that Congress, our country, has enacted, implemented to give the NSA.
Very specific about only for foreign enemies. It wasn't about spying on U.S. soil and U.S. citizens. And so
we have foreign enemies on U.S. soil. Okay.
But the Patriot Act didn't say that you could go ahead and you could. Look, you still have to abide by the U.S. Constitution in terms of wiretaps and having a judge approve that, because there has to be a proof of criminal intent. What you're saying is it depends. You don't really need that.
Well, because there's something called the third-party doctrine, too, and I think a lot of people are confusing some of the issues here.
When
you make I got to jump in here. We're gonna switch gears just a little bit. I want to talk to. I'm going to show a clip right now, just to break this up a little bit, of Kanye West.
We don't got it like that. When I tell you only 7 black billionaires, look at that marginalization, and we feel like we happy because me and Rick Ross got a Maybach, or I got a Sprint outside, or a couple of us, or they put a black president. Man, let me tell you something about George Bush and oil money and Obama and no money. People want to say Obama can't make these moves or he's not executing. That's because he ain't got those connections. Black people don't have the same level of connections as Jewish people. Black people don't have the same connection as oil people. You know we don't know nobody that got a nice house. You know we don't know nobody with paper like that we could go to when we down. You know that could just put us back or put us in a corporation.
Wow.
Mychal, you're an entertainment lawyer. Real quickly, we've got just a little bit more time. What's your reaction to that? Is there validity in that?
My reaction is, wow. And did he just drop an album or something to create publicity? You know?
Doug, how about you?
Well, I think if he wasn't black, I think the question would have to be raised, is that hate speech, and would he have other sanctions taken against him? I mean, that's really malicious.
Ernie?
I'm not going to comment because I don't know where he's going with it. I mean, if he's trying to say that black people in this country, we don't have the same opportunities or didn't have the same opportunities as whites in this country, he has a point to that point, because when my dad was alive, came back from World War II, he still had to sit in the back of a bus. There was actually a sign that said, "Coloreds go to the back of the bus." He couldn't drink at the same water fountain. And my dad said when he came back from Japan, he said that the Japanese were actually free in this country, but when he came back after fighting and he was injured, he still had no rights. So there's two different sides to this, but what he's ranting about, I disagree with.
I do want to bring up one point about that rant.
But that rant I disagree with.
Well, he was talking about George Bush's oil money. The fact is, George Bush's net worth is 30 million and Kanye West is 100 million. So there you go.
It's time for our country to start realizing that we've got to stop dividing ourselves between Democrats and Republicans and realize that if this country goes down, we all go down. And I'm tired about this racial issue. Yeah, you can see our color, but it doesn't matter. We're all Americans. And right now, we've got to fight for America. And no more of this racial nonsense, because, again, as I said, we're going to go down, either going to win this thing together or we're going to lose it together. But either way it goes, we're going to do it together.
Well, real quickly, principles in politics. If it came down to your party going completely against every principle you believe in, are you willing to break ranks and vote for the individual?
Yes, definitely. I mean, it's the country as a whole. That's the big picture, you know, to me, not the party.
Doug?
Yeah, absolutely. It has to be your principles. That's what we all stand for as a nation.
And me, of course, I've already broken ranks. So yes, I would definitely vote for the individual. Again, if a Democrat were going to stand up and fight for the people, I'll vote for the Democrats. As soon as they stop taking away all the land, as soon as they stop pushing all these new rules and regulations down our throats, especially the EPA, I will start voting for a Democrat. Until then, I'm going to have to stay where I'm at, but the Republicans haven't done much better.
All right. That's it. What an explosive panel. That's all the time we have left. I want to thank my guests so much. Ernie White, Doug Sain, Mychal Wilson. Thank you guys very much for being here. And of course, thank all of you for watching this evening. And in the tradition of the great Rick Amato, I'll leave you with my own Morello Mio moment. Now that Thanksgiving's over, here's a little something to start out the Christmas holidays. Good night, and beware of giant snowmen.
Hey, snowman! Just so you know.
That is not a cute.
I knew you were in there. Holy crap!